Congratulations, you have made it to the final unit of COM 100. In this unit, we're going to be taking a look at persuasion. And I want you to consider, how are you persuaded? What are some tactics that have worked on you, whether it's in an advertisement or maybe a pitch that someone has given to you in terms to get you to buy a product or even consider buying a product. So with persuasion, what's really interesting about it is that we have a starting place and then we are trying to get people to move incrementally toward an idea. So whether that's a value, an attitude, or a behavior, or even a belief, we're trying to get people to make baby steps in the direction. So persuasion isn't something that happens overnight. It's something that is gradual. So if any of you have ever seen the movie Inception, it's similar to that. You have to plant the seed in someone's mind and then allow that seed to grow. So let's dive into this unit and explore persuasion. So in this unit, you are going to be putting together a persuasive speech. Many students have come up to me before and said, can't you just give me a topic? No, I want you to think about what is something that you care about. You want your topic to have social significance. And we really want to be avoiding those topics that are very, very, very controversial. So think legalization of marijuana. That's an overdone topic. Meh. Other things that might be too controversial would be gun control. We're not moving or swaying people's opinions by one speech. However, I want you to think, what is a topic that would have social significance, would have merit, that maybe I could get my audience who is listening to my speech to take some type of action? So in this slide, I've put 10 questions for you to consider that I ask my students in class and have them come up with their answers. So maybe you're inspired by these questions to come up with a topic. When in doubt, I tell people to think of an organization in which they would volunteer their time. Or if they had tons of money, what is an organization that they would give money to? Because that would start to align with your values and what is something that you care about. One of my favorite questions on here is, what is something that you think should be free? Or what is something in society that you would change? Maybe these are things that could spark an idea of what your topic could be. So if you want, pause this, take a gander at these 10 questions, and then consider, hey, what would I like to speak on for my final persuasive speech topic? Ideally, at this point, you have a topic, and you are ready to start putting together your speech. So don't overcomplicate the speech like many students do. It's very simple. Think of it almost as like a 5-paragraph essay that you would put together in English. You have an introduction, point 1, point 2, point 3, and then a conclusion. So for this speech, you are either going to be using a problem, cause, solution, or cause, effect, solution format. So those would be the 3 body points of your speech. And ideally, your speech is aiming for 6 to 10 minutes. So you want to be able to explicate and explain the different elements within your speech. But let's start at the very beginning. Your speech is going to start off with an introduction. So I always tell people, start your speech off with a story. And that can be your attention-getting device. So tell a story about someone who has been impacted by a problem that is associated with your topic. And then that's going to lead you to highlight the significance of your topic. What is your issue? So maybe there's some research that you want to share right there that is telling us, hey, this is a really big issue and we need to take this into consideration. Then you're going to relate your topic to the audience. So consider the people in the class. Why should they care about your topic? And then give us a preview statement. What format are you using? Are you going to be talking about the problems, causes, and solutions, or the causes, effects, and solutions? So these 4 elements are going to be the introduction of your speech. And what makes this super easy is I've put together 2 templates, one with a problem, cause, solution format, and one with a cause, effect, solution format onto the learning management system so that you can just download the Word document and start plugging this together. So utilize those templates. They're there to help you put together your speech. All right, let's go ahead and dive into an example, and I can show you how these formats work. So now that we've talked about having a strong introduction, we're going to talk about the body elements. And we're going to start looking at the problem-cause format. And then second, I'll be taking a look at the cause-effect format. For this, I've used the exact same topic because it works in both formats. So the topic statement that I have is, I plan to persuade individuals to clean up the ocean. And in the body, you want to have 2 problems that you're looking at and 2 causes that you're looking at. So I always tell people to start out by identifying the different issues that they want to talk about in their speech. And then you're going to be able to formulate them. So with a problem cause format, if you notice, I have the first problem right here, is that there's excessive plastic in the ocean. Well, why does that exist? And that's going to give us our first cause. Well, people are abandoning waste and littering. So if you notice, problem one is associated with cause one. And then let's dive down. Look at problem two. Is that we have animals that are ingesting and suffocating and getting entangled in all this litter that's in the ocean. All right. Why does that happen? Boom. That gives us cause two, is that plastic doesn't decompose. And if you notice, 91% of plastic is not recyclable. So the biggest element right here is that problem one is associated with cause one. And you have to ask yourself, the question is, all right, this problem exists. Why? And that's going to give you the cause. So make sure that you're linking problem one with cause one, and then problem two with cause two. Now, where students get mixed up with this is whenever they're delivering their speech. You're going to be delivering your speech by going problem one, and then problem two, and then you're moving on into your second point, cause one and cause two. So even though they're linked, you're still talking about the problems first, and then you're moving into the causes. So again, stick to the format that you have in that template. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the cause effect format. So if you notice, I have the exact same topic. I like this topic because it works in both formats. So right here, we have the causes. So the first cause is that we have abandoned waste and littering by people. Boom. What's the effect if all this is happening? Well, we have these giant garbage patches in the ocean. So that would be effect one. Then the second cause is that plastic doesn't decompose. All right, so plastic doesn't decompose. What's happening due to that? Well, animals in the ocean are ingesting these plastics and they're suffocating because they're getting entangled in it. So if you notice again, cause one is linked to effect one. Cause two is linked to effect two. So as you start putting out the different topics that you want to talk about in the body of your speech, you're going to figure out very quickly, is it going to fit into a problem cause or cause effect format? So take some time, map that out before you fully start diving into the body points of your speech. Know what your main points are. All right, point three of your speech is going to be the solutions, and you are going to have two different solutions. Solution one, I like to call this a governmental or social solution. I like to ask students, in a perfect world, what would you like to see happen? And maybe you are saying we're allocating a certain amount of funds to an organization. And in this case, maybe it's an organization that's cleaning up the ocean. Or we're doing X, Y, and Z. This is your dream world solution. How are we going to solve this? So maybe you're linking it to an organization. Maybe you're allocating funds. What do you want to happen? Second, you're going to have a personal solution. And I want you to think, people in this class are watching your speech. What action can they take right here, right now? So maybe they're signing a petition. Maybe they are donating to an organization. You want to be specific. What action do you want people watching the speech right here, right now to take? So maybe in this case, it's as simple as saying, hey, you're going to recycle, or whenever you buy soda cans, you're going to be clipping up those pieces of plastic so that animals don't get entangled in them. Be specific. Have action steps for us to take. All right, we're moving on into the conclusion of the speech, and I want you to think that you're wrapping everything up and you're reiterating everything that you just talked about. So make sure that it's very clear to your audience that you are transitioning to the conclusion. Then you are going to want to review your topic and why your topic is important. Following that, you want to review your main points. So today we looked at the problems, causes, and solutions, or the causes, effects, and solutions. And then you want to reiterate, what action steps can people take? So you want your audience really remembering, hey, what can I do right here, right now? And then you're ending it with a strong final sentence. Don't end it with, oh yeah, I'm done. No, think, I want to end with a strong and impactful sentence that lets my audience know that I'm super serious about this topic. So take some time, map out that final sentence, and then you know you're done with your speech. You're going to do an amazing job. Some big reminders right here. In your speech, you need to be verbally citing 5 pieces of research. And what I mean by that is make sure that you cite what where the source is from. So whether it's the New York Times, the Dallas Morning News, the Los Angeles Times, as well as the date. So we want to know that your information is recent and up to date. So make sure that you are citing those sources and the date whenever you are sharing those pieces of research. Also, remember that people are persuaded by stories. Even though you might have started your speech off with a great story as your attention gaining device, think as you're going throughout the problems, causes, or even the causes and effects, where can you embed stories to help us better relate to your topic? If you're practicing your speech and you find your speech is over within 4 minutes, one thing that I would encourage you to do is spend some time doing some research and find a story that you can share with the class that's related to your topic, and think, where can I embed that? If you notice in the template, after each of the problems, causes, and effects, I've added a space where you can actually put in a story. I encourage you to do that because that is what people are going to be relating to. All right, we're on the last slide. There are 4 different theories that I want you to consider as you are going through this unit. Number 1, speech acts theory. Number 2, balance theory. Number 3, dissonance theory. And then number 4, elaboration likelihood model. So take some time because those are going to be in your discussion post this week. And I want you to consider, how are you utilizing persuasion and how do they align with these different theories? Number 2, I want you to think while you're persuading the class and giving both the persuasive activity and your persuasive speech, what is your target? What are you trying to get people to do? So persuasion happens because you are trying to get people to change their values, attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors. So be specific whenever you're speaking and consider, what are you targeting? Whenever you are specific and you are speaking with an intention and a goal, that's when you're going to be the most persuasive. I'm excited to see the speeches that you come up with. And as always, let me know if you have any questions. And if you make it through Unit 9, congratulations. I'm so excited that you have completed COM 100. And if you see me on campus, don't be a stranger. Feel free to stop by and say hi. So congratulations again, and I hope that you've enjoyed COM 100.